To wish condolences, congratulations, or for romance, there's no shortage of customary occasions on which to send flowers. Whether made up in a splendid arrangement or simply placed in a vase, fresh-cut flowers rarely go unappreciated by the recipient. Roses are a perennial favorite. Florists buy them from commercial greenhouses. Those greenhouses have sophisticated sprinkler systems positioned to irrigate the soil rather than the plants, because watering directly on the rose bushes would grow harmful fungus. The hotter the weather, the more watering, up to 7 times daily for about 5 minutes each time. The greenhouse climate is computer-controlled. If it gets too humid, the computer automatically triggers the roof to open, bringing down the temperature. The ideal greenhouse temperature for most flowers is about 23 degrees Celsius during the daytime and 16 degrees at night. With every watering, the roses get a low-level dose of fertilizer, the botanical version of taking a daily vitamin supplement. It's a mix of nitrogen, phosphate, and potassium, the proportions determined by ongoing soil analysis. If the pest specialist detects a bug problem, he applies an insecticide treatment to target that particular pest. But first, they close the roof so as not to pollute the outside environment. Workers handling the chemicals wear masks and protective clothing. The roses grow through the openings of horizontal trellises positioned one above the other. This ensures the stems grow tall and straight. Crooked roses, after all, are worthless. Cutting the roses is tricky and prickly. Workers have to wear thick gloves to protect against the thorns. They cut the stem at a 30 to 45 degree angle, just above the second set of 5 leaves. The cut must be precisely at that spot for a second rose to bloom, about 40 to 55 days later, depending on the season. Growth is slower in the winter because there's less sun. The growth period also varies somewhat according to the variety of rose. The fresh-cut roses go into a bucket of lukewarm water with a few drops of bleach to kill off any harmful bacteria. Workers then check each and every rose to make sure the blooms and foliage are free of defects. Then they classify the roses by length. The longer the stem, the more the rose is worth. They make a bundle of each length, then trim the bottom of the stems to equalize the height. They wrap the roses in newsprint so they won't dry out during shipping. The transport trucks are refrigerated in summer and heated in winter to keep the roses at a safe temperature, about 6 degrees Celsius. To make a bouquet of dried roses, they select open blooms for a nicer look, then hang them upside down in a room cooled by fans. They leave lots of space between bouquets so the air will better circulate. The roses take a week to dry out. Fresh-cut flowers are striking, whether part of an arrangement or in a vase. They can last in water for about a week, provided you trim a centimeter off the stems to open up the water channels, fill the vase with lukewarm water, never cold water, pour in a bit of bleach to ward off stem clogging bacteria, change the water every 3 days, and be sure to keep the flowers away from the heat of a sunny window.